man of the masses. Mayegun don come, Mayegun diary political. Mayegun don come, this one not dey off in mind. Mayegun don come, person wey dey do evil no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too dey talk. He too dey talk. Say Mayegun diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Poor man pikin dey the street dey hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Mayegun don come. So my people make you loud. Mayegun don come. My people make you shout. Mayegun don come.
Hello there.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary.
Thank you so much for joining me. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them Mayegun today and then like the broadcast.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun diary, diary political. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Godfather is
24 students kidnapped by the terrorists called Fulani terrorists at a federal university in Gusau, Zamfara state. 6 of them escaped, but the media in Nigeria are reporting it as being rescued. Not true.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook.
Olu yesterday sent an emergency intervention to stop the Chicago State University from releasing his own certificates. Now, the judge has therefore adjourned it till Monday. I have a lot for you on that tonight. Last night, mourners, those who were mourning the death of Mohbad, were shot at Lekki in Lagos last night. So good morning to you once again, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Mayegun Live. I bet you have possibly read the caption of the broadcast. You've read the description as well. Have you shared it? Thank you. Now, the rider for this broadcast is the incident that took place in Zamfara yesterday when Fulani terrorists armed to the teeth invaded a village, right? That is also having the Federal University. And at the end of the operation, the villagers, the students in their own hostels, and all of them, 24 of them were kidnapped. There was no response. Nobody knows where they are right now. But maybe during transportation, they said 6 of them escaped. However, the media in Nigeria, when they escaped, okay, this was hours after the terrorists have taken their hostages. So the military responded hours later. When they are now combing the area, they found these 5 or 6 victims, and they said they have rescued them. Now, where the remaining 18 kidnapped victims are currently unknown. They are still pursuing them, just like they told you they were pursuing the terrorists who kidnapped, 14 NYSC youth corpers, corp members who were like going to Sokoto. They were kidnapped. It's over a month now. Okay, it's over a month, and they have not been freed. Now, the remaining 18 people who have been kidnapped, their fate is presently unknown and may never, or it may have been decided, and you may never know until another one happened again. But I'll show you the scene where the students themselves shared this.
La ilaha illallah. Nobody did in this house again. Ah! Yesterday, she get body. She I never snap them for here for salad on salad.
Gasa duka ta window wallahi suka shiga daukunan nan duka ta window suka fito da su a gani nan to ni amma ban san room nawa ne dakin ta ba wallahi san room nawa bane dakin ta gasa Ay, no, apa?
That's just the scene, okay? There's no report of anyone killed. And if there is no report on the number of casualty or what have you. But the number of the victims kidnapped has been confirmed. That one has been confirmed. So 18 of those people are currently in the hands of their kidnappers. And the story is the same everywhere. And just like I will continue to remind all of you, right? Or all of us, is that you see, yesterday's survivors, they are today's potential victims. The survivors of today, they are at the same time potential victims of tomorrow. Bad leadership, failed leadership, bad and crooked government serves nobody's interest, not even the interest of those who are supporting them. You will be victims every day, until you actually have something real different from what you currently think you want to use to save Nigeria. You can't save Nigeria. I know that may sound crude and sort of, absolute. It is not something that, it is not a conclusion that, or should I say, it is not a state of, a conclusion that we just arrived by accident. For those who have paid paid attention very well to the development in Nigeria when they started, where they are now, can easily sort of predict where this is headed. Nigeria is not safe. There is no amount of propaganda. There is no amount of PR that is going to change that. Nigeria, unsafe Nigeria, continue to claim our victims, and this time around, nobody is spared. The other day, I think just about a month or two ago, that's about 2 months ago, the news of the Nigeria military being slaughtered like animals by these terrorists in Niger State, to the point that they shot down one of the supposed rescue chopper, the chopper that should go and rescue those who have been ambushed. At the end of the day, the chopper was down, and the 36 personnel of Nigerian army lost their lives. They were so angry, and they said they were going to go after these terrorists. Their governor went to go and see Tinubu, and he said they've discussed with Tinubu. They don't want military. They will speak to these terrorists. They will give them whatever they want. After that, the same guy, Bago or so, right? They started to make deal with the same terrorists that killed 36 Nigerian soldiers in that same northern Nigeria. So there is no amount of PR that is going to kind of wash that away. As much as the failed leadership that brought us to this stage is still very much exists, even worse, because that's exactly what Tinubu is. They believe that this is still like 1999, you know, when they actually run things through propaganda to the point that they started believing their own lies too. Yes. Oh, we are the best. We are so after Awolowo. We are this on education. We are this on that and all of that. Only for the rest of them, to what? To deplete all the resources that came through them in the last 24 years of this fake democracy. And today, they are in charge of Nigeria. So they're going to think they can still run it through propaganda and lies. You know? Unfortunately, there is going to be another one after this. And I'm going to come back to that. But here is that clip again.
Gasa duka ta window wallahi suka shiga daukunan nan duka ta window suka fito da su a gani nan to ni amma ban san room nawa ne dakin ta ba wallahi san room nawa bane dakin ta gasa Ay, smart, apa?
Yeah, that was the scene. And then we'll follow that up. But let's quickly go to Chicago again. See, I know that somehow if you look at me, or whenever you kind of see Mayegun, you believe that the fact that I don't like these people, right? I am always going to be very much, oppose everything that is known to them. So therefore, I won't be kind of, fear in my judgment. But this time around, I don't want to judge. I just want to throw to you a direct question, okay? You see this issue of Tinubu fighting to stop his own school from releasing his own record. Is it not becoming embarrassing? I mean, even to you as a Yoruba man, okay? Because you know something, when you are participating in a community versus community, or people versus people's sort of a competition or any engagement, in most cases, people love to send their best. If your community is competing for the best wrestler, you would have to look for the best wrestler from you to represent you, because whatever happens is representing the entire you, that community. Now, in politics, especially in politics of multi-ethnic, multi-tribal, multi-religious country like Nigeria, I understand that in most cases, in fact, all the Nigeria history, which seems to have been caused with the worst of the worst of the worst people in position of leadership in Nigeria. It's like a curse. But nevertheless, majority of you who have had, or let me say majority of us who have had, or should we say, taking the look at all the past criminal leaders in Nigeria, okay, and coming down to this call and all of the drama around him. As a Yoruba man, with the history of one of the most educated race, one of the most educated ethnic nationality that comes out of Africa, the Yoruba people. Is it not becoming embarrassing? Is it not becoming a shameful thing? That somebody that is associated with Yoruba is currently the president of Nigeria among all the dramas. And the least thing that the Yorubas found as more or less like our birthright, education. Education. The proof of it. Like, who goes to court, hire lawyers, to stop his own school from releasing his own education record? I'm just asking that before I begin to drop the bombshell. I'm just trying to be like, okay, fine. Whether you believe that I'm not always fear or not fear, I'm asking you right now, is this not becoming embarrassing? Including to some of you, who are actually like Tinubu, ass lickers, crumb eaters, crumb chasers, all risers, and all that. And others. Somebody that when they grabbed him at the Arewa house, this your education is before the election. Before your charade election, it was there bragging. Do you want me to show you that? Where Kolu was talking about being the best student, most brilliant student, you all need to actually, listen to the complete court conversation of yesterday. I'm still looking for the whole copy before I bring that here. It is so embarrassing. Kolu said, if the release is school record, the same one you submitted the certificate from, that if they release it, it's going to cost you irreparable damages. What is that irreparable? Irreparable is something that can no longer be repaired. What exactly does that mean? Is that not embarrassing to some of you who actually spent your years? All of you are older people. I'm talking about some of you who are so shameless, all right, that the criminality that you raised us condemned. Majority of you, you were those who were telling us that crime is wrong, was wrong. Education was good. Now, a lot of you are turning around telling us that now that, what is our business? We should forget education. We should forget crime. We should forget things that you used to tell us we must never engage in. So all of you, I'm talking about those of you who are like a shameless old men and women watching me right now, okay? Who believe that it's nothing. He has become president. He has become the president. It's going to be for 8 years. He can be for 80 years. That's your business. I'm just asking you. Would you tell your children right now that forgery is nothing? Would you tell your children or your grandchildren now that they shouldn't waste their time in schools? It's pure nonsense. There are other ways around it. Would you now encourage your children to go into drug dealing, drug smuggling, human trafficking, money laundering? Would you encourage them to go into all of that right now? Would you volunteer your children to be the mold for all this drug-infested society? Would you want them to be now? Because you have to tell them that all those things they are not as bad as you thought they were when you were also younger. Okay? Out of the same Yoruba land, where they will be telling all of us, run to humanity one share, run to humanity one share. So if I tell them, say, my papa na drug dealer right now, it shouldn't be a big deal anymore. Do you understand? And if I come out and I say, I am Dr. Mayegun Ajanle Koko, something like that, Esquire, and I claim me and I say I'm a barrister, I'm a lawyer. Listen, let's frame it. Mayegun General, Dr. Mayegun General, okay? SAN, PhD, okay? And I'm also a scientist. So would you tell me that I should go and bring all the qualifications? And if I tell you that, well, I don't have any qualification to present to you, whatever I give to you, take it like that. Would that be normal now? Would that be all right now? Now, here is Kolu at Arewa House, October 2022.
I was one of those most recruited graduates of my university, multiple honors, first-class degree. And I have a reference point. Those people are there. You have nothing to offer but questions and creating doubt. I'm not here to be defensive. I'm here with humility to tell you that I'm one of the best products that you can sell. No other coin in the race, hiding or open.
He was one of the best, most brilliant students. Oga, Oya, show us all the records. Okay? That shouldn't be a problem. I was the best government student in my own senior year in secondary school, Odogbolu Grammar School. I've got mates. Some of them watches my video. Okay? Badero Olushola Oluwaseyi. I was the best. Nobody say I get competitor. And if you go to grammar school in Odogbolu today, ask, they should be able to give you all my record. Like, I don't have to hire a lawyer or anything. No? But what did Kolu do? A magistrate court, district court, ordered that Chicago State University should release Kolu's academic record in their possession. Just like they are full of shit and full of lies. When that court delivered that judgment, right, and they told the Chicago State University to release the record within 48 hours, which ended yesterday. Kolu and his criminal drug bagman, they went straight to Nigeria to start interpreting it. They said what the judgment meant was that, okay, Chicago State University should just release what they have already released, since the court said whatever is in their possession, okay, must be released. So they will just be like, yeah, it is what they have already released. Atiku is just wasting his time. That's what they were telling themselves in their WhatsApp group. They didn't know that Kolu, right there, where they gave him the bell to be ringing bell, he already received the report that they go soon unveil you. Whatever it is that we are keeping from the rest of Nigeria and the world all this while. I don't even know why he's so worried about it. Abi, are you not worried that he's worried? Wait, the most shocking things that we have found from Tinubu's Chicago University record. One, that it was a female American, okay, from Richard Daly College, that then gained admission into Chicago State University. Bola A. Tinubu, American female. That was the shocking first thing, Abi. So if the Chicago University released that document and say, okay, female, then male, whatever, I'm saying that it's not going to be too shocking now. I mean, can that bring him down than the heroin dealing and all of the bank account and everything linked to him, the houses linked to him? Would that be so? I don't understand. There must be something. There must be something, because why they were lying to themselves that there is nothing to be worried about. Atiku is just wasting his time. Kolu called this lawyer to go and stop that release. Why? We've known that the certificate is submitted to INEC is fake. It's a forged certificate from a website called Pinterest. That's where they picked the sample from. They just put his name on it, put the search for the name of the current president of the university at the time, and they forged their signature and put that on it. You know, it's fake. We know that. What else is in that thing? The Akolu said, no, they must not release anything. No. So his lawyers, they were waiting at the entrance of the courtroom since 6 a.m. Can you believe that? 6 a.m. in the morning. Courts will not open until 9:30 in the morning. Tinubu's lawyers, on the day that the school was supposed to release everything they have in the name of Bola A. Tinubu, Tinubu's lawyers were already at the court, at the entrance of the court, 6 a.m. in the morning. Why? They want another judge, okay, to stop the university from releasing those records. Kilo day. Why? Exactly. That was what the judge was asking. Like, why? Give me reasons why. They started giving different reasons and all of that. Why they don't want them. It's okay. You know what? Hang on. All these reasons don't make any sense to me. Okay? They don't make any sense to me. Now, what I'm going to do is that I am going to give you till Monday. Okay? Because, come on. By Monday, all parties, they will be what? They will be here and I will give my ruling. Why? Exactly. If you are not a badjue, if you are not a fake to what you actually, who are you? Who will be this man? This is the kind of thing that you will know that when they are done with you, you will not see anybody to hold responsible because you actually have no idea who he is. Why would you ask them not to release the document? Like, release here. Tell them to. If you have some of them in your own kitty, release them. Abi, why do you have to send lawyers to block it again? What is that thing? What is that thing that Tinubu is probably afraid of? That once these details make it to the public, it is going to change everything. Like, what is it going to change? Is that thing they don't want them to, is that information, right? For example, is that information going to make all Nigerians to enter the street and say, no, this man, anywhere where you see him, capture him? I'll be waiting, gongon. It is embarrassing. That's exactly the point. A lot of those who are even following, a lot of people who are following him or supporting APC, more than 80% of them, they know that it's a fraud. Do you understand? But to them, they don't really care. Do you think all these people don't know Tinubu? Those who cling on to him because he's a Yoruba, and they cling on to that, oh, he's a Yoruba, I cannot call, you know what I mean? They know who he is. All this information, a lot of them know him very well. You don't need to preach it to them. Some of these things won't shock a lot of them, but they'll still cling on to that. So what is that thing? People like Wole Soyinka, educated Wole Soyinka, confessor Wole Soyinka. Don't be education, make him who he is. So what kind of role model would Tinubu be for children, I mean, to our own children? A former drug baron, accountant to drug dealers, that his own lawyers, during this tribunal trial, came out and their witness came out and said the case of narcotic forfeiture in America was not against Tinubu, they were against his bank account. And that same Nigeria where education, they say education is the master key. Education is the key. In London, he was asked the same thing. And this happened. Remember?
At the moment running with regards to your identity, with regards to your age. So I wonder if you could provide some clarity on the issues of your identity and age, and also let us know when we can engage with you one-on-one in an interview, hear from you directly as the office holder. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the question. It's inquisitive. But at the time of birth, I was dated March 29, 1952, and the family record. I didn't think then, that day, I've determined to be.
At the moment running.
You get that? They had to put pen and paper and say this, sir, say this. And they were asking you about your age, your background and all that. If you were asking me about my age and my background, Abi, how difficult is that going to be for me to tell you about my background? There are some certain things that should be embarrassing enough. Now, there is still where I'm going with all of this, because you can't see this emptiness and then turn around and be like you are expecting a working country. How? How is that going to happen? Look at the characters in charge. Born liars, chancers. Those who just want the power for the sake of having it, not for the sake of serving the humanity, serving the people that they probably feel give them the power. They have so much resources that they could buy any power anytime they want. But what have they done with it? Absolute nothing. Kalu didn't know when he was born. At a point, senior advocate of nonsense, or senior advocate for the nuisance, fraudsters Otobo Keyamo, was answering similar question on the national television in Nigeria. And guess what he had to say about Tinubu's primary and secondary education? This fraud, Otobo Keyamo, actually said it on national television that during the time of Tinubu, they were homeschooled. He said that is why Tinubu has no record of his primary and secondary education, because he was so brilliant that he was homeschooled. What lie won't they tell? So when people lie to me, do you understand? Especially when they lie and they have to lie to cover another lie in order to lie, lie another lie to cover the lie and all of that. I will be so stupid to actually believe anything they say. Even when you see them do something, these guys have become so creative with their criminality that they can make you believe that they are doing something. You may be seeing like, okay, I saw that now. I saw it last week. Or I saw it last month. This is how creative they have become. I don't believe them. All right? Now, the same way, the level at which I distrust them, and I want you to as well, once you get to that stage, it will be difficult for them to actually lie to you, and for you to ever say, we don't even know which one, we don't know which one to believe again, is because you still have a place in that your mind that is still giving them once in a while benefit of the doubt and say, well, maybe, just maybe, that just maybe is the only button that they have been keeping to hold you down. I don't trust them. Do you understand? They were so criminally minded that when they say they want to do something, apart from that thing being overpriced, right, and poor quality or substandard delivery, by the time you start looking into it, you will actually prefer that they never actually did any of those things that will put you more in danger than safety. So I don't trust them. So when they come out and begin to cook lies to cover this or that, I kind of ask myself, I do ask myself, do people really kind of listen to these guys, and they kind of feel like he's saying the truth. I believe him. All these guys. I don't. Let them release your record. You are now the president of Nigeria. Your record, yourself, everything is now public. There is nothing private about you anymore. Kalu, there has never been anything private about you. Can we please tell ourselves this truth? And those who are closer to Tinubu should please let him know that from the time immemorial, for those who have actually put up effort to make sure that they legally stop this criminal and let him stand up for his crime, people like Chief Ganefaweyimi and so many others who actually started and they ended up being his dogs today. Those who are now kind of, defending that. Not be say people no stand up against this fraud though. But Baba, let them release your record because there's nothing people don't know about you. It's just that Nigerians have always been suffering from Stockholm syndrome. The worse the poverty become, the more cover up you think you are getting. Because a lot of people knows, but they can't talk. A lot of people where, they have a lot to share, but they can't share them because Nigeria has happened to them. They've ended up on the side whereby if they try that, they would lose everything. And in Nigeria of today, nobody wants to lose anything except those ones that are forcefully taken from them, which is what they do to you all the time anyway. We know Tinubu very well, okay? And we know what he represents. But if you are one of those who are the Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbo Alimajiris, the ass licker or the crumb eaters, the crumb chaser or the all ricer, Alaye, shebi you go school. Abi, you know, we know how much they have done in 24 years. Instead of producing productive youth in Nigeria, they have produced unemployed, unemployable, young people that are still going to be, when they said Nigeria is sitting on the keg of a gunpowder, those majority of you, who went to school for the sake of going to school, you are not useful to yourself, you are not useful to your society, you are not useful to your country, just like your leaders. You are all, majority of you are actually like a layovers or layabouts, right? You are mostly scavengers, pickpockets as well, and beggars, as we know, because that's exactly what they have shaped millions of you into in 24 years of democracy. Race back to the ancient time, while the rest of the world were racing forward to the future. Look at what they have done to the young Nigerians in Nigeria. They destroyed them. That's what they have done. And they are still doing. And that is why, okay, you will see a deluded, unemployed, unemployable, unproductive, Bambiala, online beggar, ass licker, crumb eater, crumb chasers, all risers on social media, defending the same people who put them in that kind of precarious situation. And that is why they said, when you are fighting these criminals, you should learn how to use one hand and the other hand to protect yourselves from these bond slaves, original sufferers, generational slaves who defends their oppressors, okay? And why they wallow in the abject poverty that these guys have already created for them. Oh, it's unfortunate, oh. Yeah? There is nothing we don't know about these people. And we should feel sorry for their victims too, especially the ignorant ones. Let them release your record. You should be a role model to others, to children, okay? Rather than hiring lawyers, hiring PR people. They lied to you that he was invited by Joe Biden to America. I don't like liars. I don't know how you keep and cope. I'm not saying I'm a saint or what have you, but when people actually lie, habitual liar, why do you have to lie? You're gonna go to the UN. You're gonna go to the UN anyway. You know, say Russia and America, they know they talk. If Putin decided that he wanted to go to the United Nations, he will fly straight to New York. All the Russian contingent, everybody will land in New York, and they will drive straight to that United Nations building. Nothing is going to happen. Sure, you understand? You know, Kim Jong-un of North Korea, the one when they travel, and anywhere we train no reach, he know they go. Kim Jong-un, if he decided to attend the United Nations General Assembly meeting, he will fly there, he will get there, and he will go back, and nothing will happen. There's a reason for that anyway, so I don't need to say much to you. Why do you have to lie? They started cooking. President Tinubu, a lot of world leaders, they are now queuing to see him in G20. He went to G20. He was looking like a retired May guard. On overtime. Now, he was going to be met by world leaders. All of them are tripping. He will meet Apple CEO. He's going to meet Microsoft CEO. He's going to meet GM Motors. He's going to meet Joe Biden on this side. He didn't meet any of them. Why do you have to lie? Why? Because they hustle for legitimacy. They want legitimacy everywhere. They are doing public PR, public what have you for him. So meaning they look like everybody wants him. Why should everybody want to see you? Why? Stay in Nigeria, okay? Do things that people will see, that people like me will not be able to talk. But some of you no get sense. You think Mayegun is just complaining because you no get sense. These criminals, every day, their everyday action is destroying lives in Nigeria, even outside Nigeria. And they are looking for PR. Make them look like everybody wants. Wait till they want to see for your body. The bulaba bala blue, what have you? Nigeria is sinking. They are doing PR. They are doing public relation, what have you. He wants to take picture with this. He wants to take picture with that. See, they can personally write the White House without the United Nations. Write the White House through the American embassy and say Nigeria president want to meet Joe Biden in the White House. They can do that from the office of President Abi. So why do you have to make it look like the guy get anything when he can't go there, can't they talk about climate change and then land encroachment in northern Nigeria and all the other nonsense that didn't make any sense. And guess what? If you listen to that United Nations speech of Tinubu, kí ló ń ṣàwọn lórí burúkú yìí torí Ọlọ́run, kí ló ń worry yín? So okay, you see, look at you. What on me? You where they look at me with one side eye. See, look at me very well. In a year or two, okay, you are going to come back here. And that time you are going to look at me with two clear eyes. If you are still alive, you will look at me with clear eyes and you will realize that I am not your enemy. Shey you get? Ori buruku to fe shenye, oshima papa she. Whether I talk or I no talk, you go still be unfortunate eventually. Because you see these guys, they are easily predictable. Do you get that? Easily predictable. There are things you'll be doing that you know that is going to ruin lives of people. But if it's going to pay some people and you don't care about those lives that will be ruined, of course, people like me will be waiting. No amount of PR to promote that madness will actually fly in the face of people like me. So you can then turn and say, why don't you just have faith? Faith will return. Faith kill you there, like that of the one where you escape from that of Boko Haram time. I'm not saying you should not criticize them, but let us also wish our because I could go on and on and on. I mean, I could go on and on that rant. Because the point here is this: you are all going to come back and regret whatever faith nonsense you are actually telling yourselves about these rogues. Because every day they are sharing your lives. Everything that is going to make you poor and poor and poor and poor is what they are doing. Olórí burúkú en sọ̀rọ̀ nípa faith. Àṣírí en sọ̀rọ̀ nípa are you not a Yoruba man? Olórí burúkú are tó yẹ pé if they no kidnap you, if he be the policeman that will eventually kill you. It is Nigeria. That's how things work there. Eventually, waste your last. None. If you know, I mean, except if you get a chance to probably run away from that Nigeria, and you can start loving that Nigeria from abroad, like some of your uncles and aunties. Okay, most of them are already lost in that same abroad. Because that's what Nigeria actually represents. But until then, I will continue to remind you the consequences of all your choices. Now, you see this guy, Kalu. Remember that the FBI are going to release 500 copies of his record next month. So I also heard that he is currently sending lawyers in that same America to get a court injunction in America to stop the FBI from releasing all those files as they are planning. Kí ni Tinubu hide? Wetin Tinubu dey hide? This same Tinubu, the bagman for drug dealers in America. Do you know that his wife, Remi Tinubu, was also named in that court paper? Remi Tinubu, the one that is the wife of Tinubu right now in Nigeria. The first lady, Abi, Remi Werepe. And she was listed. Yesterday, they said Remi Werepe turned 63. And Tinubu, in the message of, birthday message to Remi, Tinubu said she is being the partner, the best partner in crime. During the darkest days and during the lightest days, she's been very dear, which is true. Remi's bank account was one of the accounts where the heroin money were paid into. It's also part of the court papers. Baale ntagbo, ìyàwó ento gogoro. Ewa ni ọmọ wọn gbowó ta. Ṣèyí Tinubu, that one they collect owó ta. Tinubu they sell igbo. Remi they sell ogogoro. Tinubu is the baale. Remi is the wife. Ṣèyí is the son. In Yoruba they say baale ntagbo, ìyàwó ento gogoro. Ọmọ wọn gbowó ta. Edele feshu labule. Èṣù ti wọ Nigeria. Elo get ready. Kì í ṣe wish. Èṣù ti wọlé tọ̀yìn. Èṣù come inside, devil enter, say he won't come relax here for a while. You say no chance, no space, no space. I don't want visitors. I don't want visitors. Say out there. Even if not inside your brain, I feel relaxed there. Would they ask for space? I ask you for a room. I say I don't come. We always say that in Yoruba as well. For those who are very troublesome, they will say Èṣù sọ pé òun fẹ́ wá bá ẹgbẹ́ oníkòsáyé. Bó jẹ́ góńgó imú ẹ̀ lásán lórí, ó máa relax síbẹ̀. Èṣù ti wọ Nigeria. Go get ready. Ẹ̀yin tó yẹ pé wò MC Olúẹran, they led their thugs to chase Baruwa in Abuja. Chairman, where everybody they shun Baruwa. When the Lagos thugs arrived with DSS and the rest of them on their tail, on their toe, so what happened? They chased Baruwa, enter fence. Now see Baruwa police go arrest. No election, nothing. No. Now Baruwa the right statement for station. National president, national chairman of NURTW. He did police station for Abuja the right statement. They don't dethrone him. Baale they sell Igbo. In wife they sell Ogogoro. In this case, it can't be like saying that for the same trade. Pablo they sell gbana. In wife they bank gbana money. So their son can't they collect a rubber from those who they use the gbana, the agberus, and the rest of them who deliver. You can't say you don't want problem for the place, Nigeria to the Lagos. So it's now up to you. Odumejo, about 20 years. I just believe that now this same APC, somebody said that a while ago. Somebody said, if there is anything that Bokwari did right, as painful as it must be to some people, or be for some people, okay? Because I'm not going to lie. I do see that in many of you. Despite the fact that a lot of people on this platform, if they give them the ballot for referendum to choose between Nigeria and choose their own country, right? I can still put my bet on it. A lot of you will choose for Nigeria to break up. on this platform. Oh. But at the same time, I also know that so many of you watching me right now, una still get this smaller, whether not tiny, whether not big, well, it doesn't matter. You see, have this thing for Nigeria, say maybe Nigeria can still be helped. Maybe. Abi, I know that. But the bottom line is that Nigeria cannot be helped. Okay? If there's anything that Bokwari did very well, is that Bokwari shown all of us where we belong. Bokwari of APC, Al-Qaeda People's Congress, made all of us to realize that there is no one Nigeria. There is many Nigerias. Some of you are still living in denial. It's okay. Bokwari divided Nigeria with all of his actions and inaction. He divided Nigeria along tribal, ethnic, religious line. And those fainted line before APC, Egbekegbe, they made those bloodlines. They made them clearer now. Nigeria has never been this divided. If you like, you can live in denial. And I remember telling you that whatever Bokwari did, it go still the learn job or learn work in what Tinubu will do. You go see him. You will see. I pray we all live long enough to witness this. You think Nigeria is divided? Sure. Before Tinubu finish 4 years, you go down the year say now so gang they control this part. If you cross the border, now so people they control that border there now. Now so and so it's going to be like maybe not close to Syria, but very much not far from Afghanistan. You will see it.